every good professional has their environment. A good mechanic has his garage. A good cook has his kitchen. For us, our environment is going to be the Android Studio IDE. Android Studio and Eclipse are pretty much the main development environments that people use for creating Android applications. Android Studio is based on IntelliJ's engine, which is just loaded with tons of really awesome features. There's a lot of smart editing. You're going to find that code gets completed for you. It has a really amazing layout editor, so you can actually see what something is going to look like before you actually put it on a device. It has all these template-based kind of wizards to basically set you up halfway into what you want your application to be. And specifically, this lint tool analysis feature of Android Studio just crawls in through your code, finds out really where problems are going to happen before you get to them, and gives you a lot of feedback to be able to code easier. It's almost like having an assistant with you while you code. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and take a look at it. So you normally would just drag Android Studio to your applications folder. I'm going to use Spotlight actually to start it up. Now, if you're a Windows user, everything that you see here, there's going to be an equivalent. The only difference is that when I'm using this particular key, which is the Command key, you're probably going to be using the Windows key. Otherwise, most of the shortcuts are going to be very similar, but we're going to use OS X for the duration of our exposure. The first thing we have to do is actually get our brand new Android Studio IDE to be set up to use the Android SDK effectively. So before we open up anything, we're going to click on Configure. Under Configure, there's this little guy here called the SDK Manager. If you click that, what you're going to get is this interface that basically allows you to configure what of the SDK is installed on your machine. So I already have all these things kind of set up, but I'm going to highlight what you should actually click and install so that you are up to speed with where I'm at. So the first thing you want is you want all the SDK tools. Just click this guy on the left and get them all. The next thing you're going to need is actually a particular Android SDK. I recommend starting with KitKat. You could use some of the other ones. Let's not do that right now. Let's just use the cutting edge. And this is awesome. You're going to love all these different features. And so I'm going to use the Android Studio KitKat 4.4 here. And again, click right here, get all of the different pieces for that particular folder. Then scroll down to the bottom, and under Extras, we want to grab a couple more things. We want the support repo and support library, so these two guys right here. And then we're also going to want the Google repo. Now, if you happen to be a Windows user, you're going to want to also download this USB driver, and that's going to help you actually connect to a physical device. However, if you're using OS X, we don't need that one. So here we go. We would just click Install. I'm not actually going to go through with this, but just to show you, if you click here and you click Accept License and Install, it will then install all of the particular components that you don't have yet, and that's actually going to take a while. So if you want to go and get a cup of coffee, maybe some tea, enjoy outside for a while, it'll take a bit to download, and then we'll be right back.